from Manhattan, high drama seen on cable television. And you're listening to Days Gone By with David Lefkowitz on UNC Radio, you lucky people.
Here on the 10th Annual Total Theater Tony Special with me, Dave Lefkowitz, talking to all these critics that I know and admire, and including one that I've known for many, many years now. I also count her as a friend. And if you get Manhattan cable television, you probably know her too, because she has been doing her TV program for almost 20 years. It's called High Drama, H-I exclamation point drama, because she has that enthusiasm and excitement about the theater and still has it even after all these years. So congratulations almost on your anniversary for High Drama, Eva Heinemann.
I know it's hard to believe, and, well, if you have a season like this season, it's very easy to love theater. This has been one of the best seasons. It's been really good stuff out there.
Both on and off Broadway?
Yes.
Well, great. Has your show changed and evolved much since you were doing it 20 almost years ago?
Oh, good grief, yes, because when I first started, I just had one co-host. We really talked about maybe 2 or 3 plays only. It was very low tech, and it was a different format and everything. Now I have several co-hosts, and it's got different camera changes. We now have we review about 12, 15 plays. We have interviews. It's much more informative.
And tell us really quickly when people can see High Drama on Manhattan Cable.
Okay, we're on every other Saturday from 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and our next show will be June 14th. 56 Time Warner, RCN 83, FiOS 34, and www.mnn.org if you're not in Manhattan.
That's right. You can watch it from anywhere at mnn.org. Well, let's get to the big category that Eva Heinemann is covering for us, scenic design of a play. And the candidates include Beowulf Boritt for Act 1. I just love that guy's name. Bob Crowley for The Glass Menagerie, Ez Devlin for Machinal, and Christopher Oram for The Cripple of Inishmaan. Eva, your thoughts, first of all, about Act 1, that big revolving wooden set for that play.
Yeah, see, a lot of people like it, and see, I love Beowulf Boritt. Normally he has the most elaborate, incredible scenes, but this was like scaffolding, and I know a lot of people admire it, but I just found it too skeletal. It was too cramped, and it didn't give it the periods, and it was the acting that made it. I did not like the set design at all, but my co-host did. We got into a big fight about it.
I mean, I'm of two minds about it. I think Lapine would have written perhaps a better play with longer scenes and fewer choppy things if he didn't have this set to always go to. That, I can do this here and this there because it'll spin around and people will get to see it. I think in some ways the set kind of worked against the play, even though it was really impressive. But what did you think of Bob Crowley's work for The Glass Menagerie?
Now, see, I don't know if he designed that couch or not, but it's closed now, so we can give it away. It's a memory play, and the way Laura comes out, she actually appears out of the couch and disappears into the couch, and that was so cool. So it was, very sparse, and the lighting helped with this set, I think, more. And Bob Crowley's another one that usually has these incredible, elaborate sets. It's funny, both him and Beowulf had to do skeletal, toned-down sets and not their usual extravaganzas.
They're up against a play that a lot of people said the set was the most important and biggest thing, even the best thing about it, as Devlin's work on Machinal.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that impressed me the most. It was a turntable, and it was very cramped because, these people lead these cramped, machine-like lives. Everything's routine. So they have the train, and then it turns into the office, and then it turns into their apartment, and everything's all squished, and it turns, and it's all mechanized, just like the play itself. So that was it was a brilliant set. I mean, that was, of all of them, that was the best.
If you were a Tony voter, that's the one you would vote for.
I don't know. Tony voters are strange.
Well, will the Tony voters vote for The Cripple of Inishmaan, Christopher Oram's work?
See, that was the most realistic set. Because, I mean, the way they had the store with all those peas set up, I mean, I don't even know how they were able to, recreate so many cans of those peas. And it was all wooden, and then they turned it around, and it became the boat. And then it turned stunning set, and it was very realistic, and you really felt like you were in the islands of this backwater Irish island. It was very good.
So let me ask you, though, whom do you think the voters will go for?
I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to go for Act 1, because everyone seems to like that set. I'm seem to be in the minority for that one.
Okay. And let me ask you, speaking of something that people like, what was the show that you liked most of all? It could be on or off Broadway, or even off, for the whole season. Eva Heinemann?
Oh, for the whole season?
Yeah.
That's tough. There were so many good ones. I mean, since we're talking about the Tonys, I just want to say my favorite musicals were Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder and After Midnight and Beautiful. Those three musicals were great. And Big Fish. I mean, I was so upset that Big Fish got locked up. The Big Fish was brilliant.
I like Big Fish a lot. Yes. Okay.
And for musicals, I'm going for musicals here. Off-Broadway, there was this musical called Unlocked, which was about this woman with incredible hair. And it was not a Rapunzel story. It was so clever and funny. And again, that one was overlooked, and I was very disappointed by that. As far as Best Plays, Hand to God came back, and Year of the Roosters, and The Hatmaker's Wife. Those are my three favorite plays. They were just so magical and wonderful.
And they were all off-Broadway, which is kind of cool. Well, let me ask you, Eva, what was your favorite moment of the Obie Awards that you saw?
Oh, geez. It was just the fact that I have this thing called the Overlooked Award, like I was saying about Unlocked, that all the things that got overlooked, the Obies did not. They gave an award to Fetch Clay, Make Man, which was this incredible play about Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, and Step and Fetch It, and their unlikely friendship and how they helped each other out. That was an incredible play that got overlooked. And Larry Pine got an Obie for the unproducible play of Walt Disney that was by Lucas Ness. That was incredible.
Oh boy, I'm so glad that you're able, unlike almost everyone else that I've talked to on this show, to really get into deep off-Broadway stuff. It's just great to include that in honoring the theater, not just Broadway, but all of it in New York. And my last question for you, though, is kind of sad. You're not going to the Tonys this year. You have been going for how many years now?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I think, let's see, how old is Alfie?
Alfie, your son, yeah.
Yeah, 17 years about.
Wow, and every year you go not working, not critiquing, not whatever. You're just there as a person, you buy your tickets, but this year your friend waited too long, and now the tickets are just beyond.
I ran out of tickets I could afford. I'm sorry, I cannot afford $475. You know, critics don't make money, so...
I know that all too well. But hey, like me, you'll be watching it at home on TV, enjoying the Tonys that way. And
I'll be rooting for everything, because this year everything was so good. There wasn't anything that was terrible, so I'll be happy with whatever wins.
Wow. Well, I am certainly happy every single time we have Eva Heinemann on the Total Theater Tony Show. Go to ManhattanNeighborhoodNetwork.org, MNN.org, to see her show almost reaching its 20th year. High drama. Hi, Eva, and thank you so much for being with us in the neighborhood.
Always a pleasure.